positive, something that's uplifting people, empowering people. The worst part is when you hear back and you're like, damn, I should have said this. Or damn, I understood.
Not have said that, yeah.
Oh, no, I never think that. I said what I said. I said what I fucking said. And you know what? If I misspoke, I can correct it in another episode. Fuck it. You live and you learn, because that will fuck you up. Thinking that, oh my God, I shouldn't have said that. Oh my God, why did I? I said it. Next.
In 2 seconds, I experienced both those things. When that girl went off on me over the Uber thing, I'm like, but that's not what you had to listen to the whole thing. And then I was like,
wait, what Uber thing?
She was coming for me.
Who had a girl here with the Uber?
No, in the comments.
Oh, what did she say? I don't remember.
Like, if you're testing her, you're the first one failing. I'm like, I don't put women in predicaments to like fail. Well, in my head, I'm like, what I do is just when something goes on, I observe how they react to it.
Oh, that girl, yes.
But she's just going off the reel. So I was like, Nat did that shit on purpose because that reel was good. It was like good to like, bring people in. But I'm like, this is propaganda.
But this is Opus Clip. I started, I use the Opus Clip. Quality. And it gets those like clickbaity.
Because I've been on a couple clips where everybody's on that bitch. And I'm just like, guys, here's
you be saying some shit though. That's a good thing.
I like that. Because
that's a good thing.
That got mad engagement. I was just like, I literally took a page on Facebook. I was just like, thank you for commenting. Listen to the
Keep it positive.
I just saw Franzjez in my head like, fuck, man. It's interesting how relationships develop. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even there was one time where I was doing something and I'm like, literally heard your voice in your head. Just do it. Heard your voice in my head and I'm like, just do it. I'm like, this fucking guy.
Oh, that's so nice.
Can I get some whiskey, please? That was the same day that I think I hit you up. Oh, you hit me up, actually. You were like, oh, how are you doing? And then I was like, I respect what you're doing. This and that. Yeah, I'm going to need a bit more than that. Thanks.
Wait, did you ask for this?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
We're going through a lot right now. Natalie, what are they charging you for this thing? Yeah, a little bit. I thought this was a place where accountability met reflection and nobody judges nobody.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's great.
Good.
Yeah. About next to his foot.
At this point, he's not lying.
No, the whiskey's burning.
Just do that. Do what he said, please. No, I'm kidding. You know what I realized? We have to do the word of the bull, guys.
Yeah, we haven't done it. Who would like to do the...
I think you should do it. Oh, whoa. As long as I'm not doing it. That's a lot of pressure.
It is. Then your fingers get a little nervous unrolling.
My problem is reading the handwriting sometimes.
Yeah,
that's the same
sorry,
thing.
I apologize.
This is scripter than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Scripter than a motherfucker.
Have you ever experienced any natural disaster? And in parentheses says hurricane, tornado, or earthquake.
I did earthquake one time.
An earthquake.
Yeah.
Here, no?
Yeah. Well, I was in New Jersey. And I was on the top of a hotel with my mom. We were tanning. And we were laying down and the building went like this. And I was like, what the fuck?
Your mom's probably like, ay, mira da mensaje.
Da months. No. But yeah, I don't know. And then immediately it was in the news like, oh, there was an earthquake, blah, blah, blah. So it was great. It was cool.
I was in Atlantic City this one time on LSD. And it was like the storm happening.
No way. On that bridge?
Atlantic City is on water, right on the beach.
Yeah.
It was sand and water and wind.
Like a tornado kind of thing?
It felt like it, but it wasn't
shit.
really. It was just, like,
met the avatar
like a heavy storm. But
wow.
Also being on, blah, blah, blah.
What's like your most scary, like if you had to experience one, like your biggest fear, like which one would it be?
Bro, middle of the ocean.
Ooh.
Middle of the ocean, like in the dark, just like on a very tiny island. Or on a boat or anything, middle of the ocean scares the fuck out of me.
Me too.
I don't mind. I like swimming. I like being in water. But like the ocean scare. And the fact that they're like, oh, there's like a gazillion percent of the ocean that we haven't even known. And then it's like, nope. Sirens, no thank you. Weird creatures. And I'm not even the fictional stuff. Just like the unknown is wild out there. Because it's like, you can't even run nowhere.
So you mean being on an island or being in the water?
Just in the middle of the ocean on anything. Like, obviously, an island where
I'd be okay.
Where you can
in the water, I'd be petrified.
Very small. That's what I mean. In the water. Like
if
on
I'm
a
like
boat,
floating.
Floating is the worst.
In the nighttime,
yeah,
I'm done.
You can't see shit.
My mind is going
no,
crazy.
You're losing
I'm going to kill myself in my mind.
You're losing it.
He'll survive it for the first week. He'll be like, I'm dead.
Because in order to even float, you know how calm your body has to be? You have to, I can't float because I'm an anxious ass bitch. Like, I cannot float for shit because I'm always like, no, I can't. It's cold. Oh my God, it's in my ear. Like, I'm freaking out. You have to be so calm. Imagine you're in the middle of the ocean. You're not going to be calm. There is nothing calming about that.
There's nothing calming about
Unless you like are the person who will like meditate every single day for like hours. Maybe you can calm your mind. Like a Buddhist monk might be able to do that.
Yeah, but then like you
because they'll just be in a meditative state for like 15 hours and eventually go to shore somewhere.
Until like a piece of seaweed touches your foot and you're like, it's a shark. I'm fucking dead.
No, you're done. No, like they literally have to be locked into that shit. I don't see how else it could be possible. For me, definitely a tsunami would be the scariest.
It's like mine, except the water's attacking you.
Or or a tornado, I guess. I've never... They look fucking intense.
Tornadoes are fucking wild. I saw
tornadoes are fucking crazy. You're dead.
I was showing my nephew like, this is a tornado. He's like, well, what do you do? And then my answer was like, internally, I was like, you just kind of die. Like, you know.
You gotta like go into the basement or something.
Yeah.
You know?
If it's like right there in front of you.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah.
But you guys ever been in anything intense? Anything nature-wise that was like...
Dude, like a hurricane, but not, the hurricane, you've all lived it because you've been here.
Yeah, hurricanes are probably the biggest thing. Yeah.
Flooding. Sawmill Parkway floods in Yonkers.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I see on Twitter, they're like, just driving my boat through the streets.
Oh, they've been doing that on the Bronx River Parkway with the jet skis.
Yep.
They do. They do.
I just love how we could make light of any like intense situation. The world's ending and you're like, you want to drink?
They be doing that stuff like through
it's going to end whether we drink or not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through Times Square, they be doing like snowboarding.
I did want to introduce the first topic.
Awesome.
Crazy.
Okay, so let me pull up the pictures. I should have been more prepared, but give me a second. Let me just ask this. When you're gaining weight, right? First of all, do you feel like you have gained a significant amount of weight in a certain amount of time?
Yes.
Because I definitely feel like I have.
Not recently, but I definitely noticed the fluctuation. When I gain it, I definitely notice.
So, like, how do you feel about people telling you that, though?
Oh, it's annoying if it's coming from the wrong person. If the person is fatter than me, watch your mouth.
Honestly, that was rudely said, I think, but you're fucking right. You just hit him with the
Don't ever in your life talk about anybody that's slimmer than you about their weight. That's how I feel.
And the funny thing is, they don't usually tell you nicely. They be like, yo, Franzjez,
Yo, that stomach?
looking a
What's
little
wrong
thick.
with you, bro? Are you drinking too much? Are you eating too much?
Dude, I just feel like I'm very, very much against commenting on people's bodies.
People are so sensitive. I would never do it.
In general, my boy, you tell me like, yo, bro. It's also the way you say it. I'm a firm believer, and I say this so often. And my cousin has adapted it, and I've heard him like give presentations at work, and he's like, "Oh, my cousin always says this. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, yo. Because people don't come up to you and they're like if we're cool enough, I'm like, yo, Franzjez, you doing all right? Like, I notice, I think I can say it away where you won't feel away. But even so, I probably still won't say it unless it's like obnoxiously unhealthy. And I'm like, Franzjez, the last time I saw you, you look like you ate Franzjez.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? Like when you're there.
Nobody talks like that.
When you're there, I'll be like, dude.
How are Dominicans though?
Yeah, perfect. I was going to say that because we're 3 Dominicans here. The first thing you do, and I want to bring that up since we're both men because people don't consider men's bodies at all.
What's amazing about Dominicans is tu tá gordo is a compliment.
Or tu tá fuerte.
It's such a poor country that if you're fat, that means doing well. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And if you're skinny, you're not doing it right. You're skinny. That's not a compliment.
Like you either got heartbroken or you starving or whatever.
Yeah, if you're skinny, you're not doing well.
But Dominicans tend to comment on your weight every time they see you. If they haven't seen you for a long time. Like, not to put the dog on mija. Yo, the worst one I got was after COVID. This woman said, damn, pandemic just ended you. In Spanish, she was like, pero la pandemia acabó contigo. I said, thank you, Maculada. That was a very nice.
I would cry.
You want to be polite.
Always hear the positive side. If you gain weight, you're doing good.
Right.
Damn.
But also you have to be realistic with yourself. But chances are, you know more than anybody else, you gain a little weight. Most of the time.
Everybody knows.
Right. So I think you should just be kind because you don't know what a person's going through. If you lose a little weight, and Dominicans are known to put nicknames to you, bro, based off your fucking body. Flaca, ven acá.
Yeah.
Gordo, llama esto.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's not cool. We're used to it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a product of it. I've done it. But it's like you never know how that person feels. So they could be cool and they might put a smile for you. But what if that's the flaca wanka, and that's the girl who struggles with gaining weight?
Though I feel like that. I mean, I think that's true too. So I don't want to discount anybody's mental health.
That's one
in that.
side of it.
But I also feel like it also becomes part of their identity. Where now this is just me, and I like being. Some people like being fat too.
Yeah. Right. Some people like being skinny as hell.
And some people right. So not everybody who's fat also struggles with oh no, people are looking at me. I feel self-conscious.
Also true. But since we don't know that, we should be more mindful of how we speak about people's bodies. And we probably shouldn't speak about people's bodies at all in that fashion. Right? Because she's the first one. She's like, maybe they're comfortable with it, and you'll be like, "Damn, that."
I'm not. Maybe they are.
And that's the last time we're on this podcast. When we're
I don't like that shit. Shut up. Because I think, and so one of the posts that I had read on this was, so it's I don't know if you guys know JT, but the City Girls. You know the City Girls?
Yes.
Okay, so one of them, JT. She said, telling someone they're skinny or big is insulting. Just say you look good or something in that area. So someone said, I don't know, if I'm getting too big, let me know. I'm the type to look in the mirror when I've gained too much weight and think, why didn't anybody tell me? But she said, why does anybody have to tell you how you look? Trust, we'd be the first to know how we look and smell. You're not a child, but hey, to each his own. Unless we're gym partners or setting goals together, keep your comments to yourself.
Or close enough where y'all can say it in that way.
But then it has, for me, it's I'm a woman, so it's the delivery. Because if you're going to be like, girl, you gained a little, how's everything going?
You're going to be okay with it?
I'll be fine if I fuck with you. You some random bitch. I don't fucking know you, bitch.
But let's stand on that. You're because you're a woman. We would probably think about it 30 times over if it's to you. But if it's to each other, maybe 2 times.
What would you say? If it was a guy, your guy friend, and they gained weight.
I honestly don't think me and Franzjez are there yet. I wouldn't do it.
Your best guy friend.
Oh my God. I'd be like, loco, vamos a ver lo que tú haces, because
you're getting a little thick.
Yeah, when we close, I'm like, bro, if I know you're if you're starting to look unhealthy, I'm like, bro, or I might start nice. Yo, bro, I'm hitting the gym. We out. Let's go. Or
I don't see that realistic at all. People don't really tell people, yo, you're gaining weight. I don't see it happening.
They don't. That's what I'm saying. She said if I would.
Everybody's worried about people's feelings. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
It does, though.
But it also doesn't help for you to lie either and be like, no, girl, you look good. You look good. You look good.
No, I will not lie.
That's why I go to my sister. And I thank God that I have a sister. Because my sister keeps it real. And she'll be like, yeah, you got your stomach look a little crazy. Stop drinking. Stop doing this. Stop eating. Go to my sister will tell me straight up. But I want that. But my sister can do that.
Right, because you already have that relationship.
All these other bitches, you cannot.
I feel like I'm like that with my sister, my best friend, and my cousin I have. Those 3, I'm like, they can tell me away. I can tell them away.
Right.
And my sister's the first one, and we're pretty close. And she's like, how does this look? And I'll be like, el chicho y pa' cuando. And then I lift it, and I'm like, this is not it. But when she looks good, I tell her she's good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, she's coming to me to tell her, because I'm like, I'm her brother. I don't want her looking crazy. And she's coming to me because she knows, she's like, give me your honest opinion. And I will. And I literally lift it. I'm like, if I don't like it.
That's why I feel like I wish I had a brother.
I won't try to be judgy with her. Like, when she looks the fuck good, I'll tell her she looks good. On Instagram, I'll heart a picture. I'm like, you look good. When she don't, I'll be like, take this down.
You look terrible.
Yeah. I used to bully the shit out of my sister, and I feel so bad. Like, I talk a lot of shit about body and stuff. But my sister's a little on the llenita side. So I always used to come at her crazy, bro. Her birthday's on Earth Day, April 22nd. I love you, Jen, I promise. And I would literally, when I was a kid, God, yo, forgive me. I'd be like, God. Fitting that your birthday's on Earth Day, since you're shaped like the Earth, type shit.
Oh my God.
I will say, though, my sister has tough-ass skin right now and is one of the most confident women I know. So maybe sometimes it's good having a little brother. Forgive that me. I stopped this in the teenage years. Yo, but I used to come at her crazy.
The Earth is crazy. Yeah, I think maybe that's so crazy.
She loves me so much.
Yeah, I don't know how I would have done with a brother then. But maybe I would have been tougher. I would have been less girly.
But I was very loving. And I still am.
No, of course. And big brothers are like that.
She's older than me, actually. But we have, certain times we have that dynamic where we're like, she's very much like you.
Is she?
A little bratty, kind of emotional.
Is she a Cancer?
No, she's a Taurus. Because April 22nd.
I like Taurus people.
So she has no, ella no tiene pelo en la lengua. Like, she doesn't bite her tongue.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm the one who has to be like, hey, tone it down a bit. Like, because I'm the more logical of the 2. And we're the 2 oldest out of 6. So we kind of like spearhead the family and the rest of the going.
Jesus, you have 6 siblings?
I have 5 siblings. I'm one of 6.
Oh, you're the 6th?
Yes. I'm the second oldest, the first boy.
Aww.
Also the favorite.
That's really, well, you're the first one. That's
first
fire.
boy, you know what I mean? No, but I love my sister very dearly. She's an amazing person. That's why I bring this up, because I know when she sees it, she's going to be like, she's going to say offensive Spanish words. but with love. But yeah, so
Yeah.
I think as long as it's coming from a place of love and you're careful with how you say it,
Mhm.
if you're close enough, definitely not to a person you're acquainted with.
But how do you feel about your partner saying it to you?
Absolutely okay. Watch how you say it though.
It's gonna hurt regardless, but
right. Yeah, but at least if I can
conversation.
tell, right, if I can tell that you're telling me something that you feel like I need to hear, and I can tell that you're doing your best to consider my feelings, that alone will help me. Like, I'll be like, okay, she doesn't mean bad. Let me reflect.
Would you tell your girl though?
Absolutely not. No, I would.
No.
Again, if it gets to the point where
you won't stop sugarcoating the response.
I promise, because I have
0%. That's why you're single.
Damn.
So if you want a long-term relationship, you will not tell your girl she gained weight.
I don't feel comfortable in this.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to be honest.
Am I wrong?
Am I gonna want to hear it?
You're not wrong. I get where you're coming from, but you have to. If it depends. You want to be locked in, you want longevity, bro, at some point you're gonna have to say it.
You have to.
If it gets out of hand.
No, the opposite. If you want longevity, you do not say anything.
Okay, what's the logic behind both sides?
The logic
explain your side.
The logic is there's no logic when it comes to relationships.
That's true.
You have to bend backwards so much.
You do.
That reality is blurred. You can't tell your forever woman you're gaining weight. That's gonna hurt her in so many ways. It's ridiculous
when you say it like that.
And it's reality. The older we get, the slower we metabolize everything, we gain weight. Everybody gains weight the older they get.
The problem is I'm a little bit with Franzjez because I understand what he's saying.
For that longevity, right. You have to be sensitive with that blurred line because everything is a blurred line.
For sure. Everything. I was just having this conversation at work today and I'm like, if you're cooking it a little salty and it's not bad, it's edible, it's good, I'm probably gonna lie to you the first few times. Because I understand that. You really have to, we were talking about that with the Larry episode, I believe it was last episode, where you keep certain things because you know how women are going to react most of the time.
Yeah.
So I get what Franzjez is saying. He's absolutely right. I'm speaking hopefully. Sadly, of course. He doesn't want to be right in this case. But I think if you want that person that it's like, that's your person and that all cards are on the table, you have to find a way to communicate with that person even when it gets tough, right? Because the tough conversations are the ones you need to have.
If it's a healthy relationship where there's open communication, it's going to be very easy to say, yo, you gained weight. You want to do something? You want to start this diet? You want to eat a little better? Maybe we should cut this out. Maybe we're eating sweets too late.
That's the best way to approach that,
if
I feel like.
If it's a healthy communication.
But it should be. We're referring to a relationship.
Majority of relationships are not like that.
I agree.
It's all based on feelings.
I agree. But I'm feeling more on the hopeful side, which is what I said. Hopefully,
of course.
You should
Best
be able
case
to say
scenario,
that.
you should be able to have open communication.
Mm-hmm.
But
Absolutely.
in reality, there's no open communication.
Yeah, like there's a lot of things where you, like if they're little white lies, the two men in this room are probably going to lie about it. Because it's like, you don't need to hear it. Like, I
don't know. Like the guys that I've
never works.
The guys that I've dated have been brutally honest. So I just feel like
No, I'm kidding. I was just
they're honest.
and
I don't know if that's like a trait that I looked for without knowing. Because they were all very honest. So when they didn't like something or if something was off, even if it was something I cooked, they would say it. Like they would just say it. And it wouldn't affect me because it's like when I have an issue, I'm going to fucking say it too. So why would I expect you to also not want to say it? Yeah. Just say it. So, if it bothers me, then we can have it. Yo, that bothered me. I don't like the delivery, whatever.
Right.
But I still hold on. I'm not delusional. I still hold on to, okay, but he really said that. And I also do have to reflect. I have gained weight. There's nothing wrong with that. I can admit that to myself and go to the fucking gym. Like I can do that.
But again, it's on the delivery. So
it's on the Unfortunately, but we can have that conversation. People are afraid to get into any conflict sometimes.
Yeah. No.
And absolutely. I think with that, it's like then you end up holding back. But it's like if you really want that long, I believe if you want that longevity in a relationship. You have to go through those moments.
You need that open communication. Open communication is tough.
Yeah, but you have to. It's and necessary. Then it has to be that cement foundation, but that will like lead. Like you can't build a building over sand or some shit like that. Like you can't. Just do it. Get it over with. And if it's bad and y'all break up, so what? Then y'all break up. And you move on.
That's not the one for you.
Personally
That's not the one.
I don't want to, I mean, since we're getting personal these last couple episodes, I don't personally know your current partner, but he seems to me like a very straight up
Very
honest
straight
dude.
up.
So
Very.
how do you think? Do you think he would deliver that information to you in a proper way?
Yeah, or he'll be like, yeah, you a little thick, but like he'll make it fun. Like he'll be like,
That's probably
he'll
how
be
I
like,
say
I
it.
like it. He's like,
But
yeah,
I like-
that fupa, that's my fupa. Like, but we're gonna go to the gym on Sunday. Yeah, babe, I got you. We're gonna go to the gym.
The poom poom needs warmth when it's cold.
Like little things like that, where it's like, okay, there's a balance. So you're delivering it, but you're doing it with humor, and I don't feel violated. I still feel like you desire me.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm
important. But I get the
it can
message.
happen, Franzjez. It can
But
happen.
the girl needs to be. It's two ways though. The girl needs to be able to receive that message and not take it
and
so
y'all need to know how to
personally.
deliver shit because
Yeah.
we're very careful with how we tell y'all
Oh
things.
no, I'll be like, oh, you getting fat. Your stomach look
that's
crazy.
like wow. But we would think about it a lot more.
Yeah.
We don't get a haircut. We don't get a haircut for 1 week, and you're like, "Are you fighting with your barber?"
Oh, I'm saying
But
something.
God forbid that you wake up looking like Simba, and we're just kind of like,
Simba.
"Babe, you gonna go to the salon
I don't
next
look
week?
pretty today.
You look. What about me? You look beautiful, babe. But like, when you go to the salon, I can send you something for the salon. Are you going? I can tell you if you're going. It's
Tell
Friday.
me I'm beautiful.
You are. But wouldn't you like to, like, you know, the secadora? Is secadora? Say it with me. Secadora.
I'm still laughing at Simba.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, it's true.
This is why I'm single. That's what
It's
Franzjez
true.
says.
It's so true. Get it
Well,
together.
Get it together, Natalie. You can do this. I believe in you.
I forgot what we were talking about now. What were we talking about?
We were talking about your partner
Oh,
communicating.
yes. No, well, that was it. That's really all I have to say on that. Don't you guys have other thoughts? I thought you were leading this episode, so I was ready for you to take charge.
I totally am. So I kind of am. I just want to say though, fellas, look at me. Is it this camera? Or
Yeah,
this
that's the one.
This one's yours.
Okay.
This camera, that camera, that camera.
This, yeah, like hot ones. Shout out to hot ones.
Look at all of them.
I tried some of the sauces. They're crazy, by the way. But just be considerate of your lady. Careful how you say things because, you know, we go through it tenfold. But also, if you don't like something or a way that a partner of yours, may be man or woman, delivers it to you, just speak about it. You know, talk about it with Franzjez.
I was just thinking that.
Just, you know, vocalize things. I feel like the tough conversations are necessary. And if you can't have tough conversations with the person, maybe that's not your person, is all I'm trying to say.
Oh, actually,
that's
I wanted to, that actually leads into the video now.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
I want to play it.
Hit the video.
All right, we're talking about body and we're talking about body image. So this is just a very interesting.
You take me
video.
on our first date.
You.
Look how she's dressed.
If you dress like that, we going to the crib first, and then we can do whatever after that. If it depending on how that go.
She got mad at him.
I know you ain't want me, girl. Can't lie to you.
No, of course not. I don't like liars. But, question. Why would you be taking me to your house?
Shit, what you want to hotel or something?
No.
B&B.
No.
Shit, car shit like that too.
Wait, oh my God, am I like selling sex to you? I mean, I just feel like, you know, I look good, body look good, but it shouldn't.
You make money.
It shouldn't. Yeah, I make money.
You look real good.
Right. Like this is like walking beauty. But like, you know, I have mad respect for myself. Where would you take me on a date? Is that your
After
answer?
the crib, we can go get some food wherever you like.
Okay, so
It's so tough because you have to attract the opposite sex by looking sexy and standing out and attracting the man. But it's like there's a limit to a man finding it attractive and wife-like and attractive and just, you know, short-term like.
I want to
Mhm.
fuck. Type shit.
Short-term like. Yeah.
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 That's the big difference with that big-ass line. But it's also the man.
Of course.
One man would wife that. Another man would just use that for, you know, for what it is.
Perception.
Yeah, perception.
Now, that being said, it's just, to me, it's
Disgusting, wrong.
not discussing or
It's,
wrong.
it's not
Like,
good
I
as a
feel like
wife or a mom.
You do
figure.
you. I'm heading there in a nicer way, but I'm heading there.
No, don't sugarcoat shit,
No,
bro.
because I would never express myself or think those thoughts, but I definitely would think like that's not for me. You know what I mean? And it's just like
That's not for any good man.
I can
Any
only speak
good
for me.
man. What if you had a son or a best
I
friend or
wouldn't
a
want that
cousin?
for them,
That's
yeah.
any
I wouldn't want
male that you have
I would
communication
absolutely
with.
not.
You
I
would
would
not
I
recommend
would tell you,
a
Franzjez,
female
walk
like
away,
that.
or unless you're just gonna,
That's what I mean.
fold clothes
For
you know
a
what I
good
mean?
man, that's not a good woman.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Right? But I can only speak on, honestly, ever since the last few episodes, I've learned a lot. It's just that's our perception. So we have to stick with what we know. For me, that's not necessarily okay. And I've seen sexy and while keeping it classy. So, and you know, you've seen it too, where you're like, yo, that girl is sexy. And it's not about what she's wearing. I feel like there's a fine line between sexy and trashy.
Talk about it.
To whatever degree they may be. I feel like I never want to offend anyone or like take the power away from a woman. If you feel sexy, you need to do that to feel sexy. Props to you. But on a personal level, there's certain limits and certain boundaries where I think it's like you're attracting a kind of attention that
it's not for a wife. It's not for long-term relationships.
Or it's just me.
It might not be
right. I'm definitely not taking you to mom with that
Talk
outfit.
about it.
When y'all see that video, you're not going to my mom's house with that. Like her cheeks are all out. But obviously, you know, that might not be for that. That might be for a club or whatever the case is.
Regardless.
Which is okay.
Regardless. It's
you're
the
sexy,
person. It's the person.
Right. You're sexy, do your thing, but just understand that
doesn't matter where you are. If you dress like that, you are that person.
Right. You are what you do. But it's not, just understand the type of attention you might attract and that it might not be for everybody. If you feel comfortable doing it, then do that. If you feel okay doing it, then do that. Just know that might not attract necessarily it might not even attract the kind of crowd you're trying to appease to. It comes with a specific attention.
I think women are very fucking delusional. And I blame...
That's a woman, by the way, guys.
No, because we are. I put myself there. But I don't want to blame feminism. I don't. And I don't even want to talk about misogyny because I talk about misogyny a lot because that's also a real thing. Patriarchy is a real thing. So because I don't want to discredit either belief or either one. Like I don't, because they're both valid. But sometimes with the sexual liberation and with the body positivity, some women have taken it to the extreme, and that's the delusional part, that if you take it to the extreme, you actually think that like patriarchy or misogyny isn't going to win, or that you still don't have to play by the rules if you want a certain outcome. And unfortunately you do. And I'm not saying that I'm in support of that. I think it's trash, but it's just what it is. So if you want a certain man to take you seriously, then of course you would have to dress a certain way. And women just have such a hard time accepting that.
Or just be cautious of how you dress. Not dress a certain way, but just understand what outfit is doing what.
Right.
And understand that you can be sexy and show some skin.
Who you're attracting.
Yeah, who you're attracting.
Who you're attracting.
But then they want to dress like that and attract like the person who's making six figures working on like in fucking corporate CEO. You're not going to get that type of guy dressed like that.
You're absolutely not.
That type of guy would never, he has to go to events. You think he's going to bring you to events dressed like that?
Movies like Pretty Woman give that illusion.
They give that illusion.
But that's movies are fiction. However, she also wasn't wilding on Pretty Woman. I'm just gonna say
she was a prostitute, bro. What the
yeah,
hell
she wasn't
She absolutely was. She was. But I'm saying how she was dressed.
Well,
no.
Nah, it was a little wild.
It was a little wild. But that was very wild.
It was a little wild.
You know what I mean? Pretty Woman does
she
give
was
that
wilding
illusion.
for a wife mother figure. Yeah, she was wilding.
Okay, yes.
All right.
He's very stern. I like how you just don't shake. You're just unwavering fucking righteousness. We should all strive to be like Franzjez. Except having sex is okay. We gotta
have a conversation.
I know we know, but like we have to like be extra mindful and just congratulate him and shit and thank him. Because he be doing that.
Why do you think I plan all these events? Because he's a photographer and I'm gonna pay him to do it. I'm booking you gigs.
Everything.
Perfect.
Just be like, I'm like, why are you taking a selfie? Are you dumb? Ant Green is here, bro. Let him take your picture.
Right. Let him exactly. Sorry, fuck, we were good. You were in a good thing there.
I was. I just feel like Pretty Woman
yes.
definitely does give illusion. No, but again, the point is not to offend anyone. It's just so it's real shit. And like you say all the time, and you've also said feelings and people are too sensitive. I agree. You should still take into consideration those people's feelings and stuff like that. That's never been not a thing. That shouldn't have been. Like you should always consider people's feelings and stuff. But you should also understand realism. Like don't be delusional as well in certain cases. Like some outfits are a little too much. And you could be like, oh, if you can't be with a bad bitch, if you can't handle a bad bitch, don't be with a bad bitch. There's a difference between a bad bitch and then somebody who's dressed in skanky. Because you could show some skin and look good if the look fits, especially where we going. But when you're wilding out and you're basically wearing a bikini and it's like Thanksgiving, my grandmother's gonna be like, ¿Qué haces aquí? And I'm gonna be like, Grandma, don't say that. But it's also like, Grandma got a point, Mom.
Grandma got a point.
Grandma got a point.
Grandma got a point. Love you, Grandma. It's just people, and a woman said it, people can be delusional.
Yeah.
Both in turn. Because if you're telling me men never looked at that and they're like, oh, yeah, let's do this. And then they wife that up. And then they're like, I don't understand. Why is it not working? Why is she not wifing material? You met her in a one piece at the park. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the part I was going to say. That was the point I was going to make, that like, if you did meet that girl a certain type of way though, and you still chose to wife her, and now that you have her, now it's like, oh no, I don't feel comfortable when you dress like that. It's like, but I've been dressing like this. That's where it's an issue. And a lot of men do that. And no, people in general, because you get with someone thinking they're going to change their ways for you and they don't. And
what
it's
I say a
like,
couple podcasts ago, you got to be comfortable with that.
you have to.
I think it's subconsciously, the man thinks she's doing that. Well, not thinks, knows she's doing that to attract a man. Once you have a man, why are you still dressing like that? I think subconsciously, guys
That
don't
makes
even
sense.
realize that's what's going on.
That makes
But
I agree with
sense.
you.
You got me. Why are you still trying to attract someone sexually? That's what goes on with
You
my
do
mind.
realize
And the
though,
girl
you're
is
a
just
lot
like,
more
I'm just
self-aware than most
expressing
dudes.
myself. The girl's like, I'm just dressing like this is this is what I like to wear.
Yeah,
it
but
was
thi-
never
but
for
this-
men. It was for me.
This is what
Sometimes
you like
that's the
to
case,
wear.
but at the end of the day, it could be just for you, but it's still attracting some attention.
Yeah, it is.
Guys too, do you think realistically that we wear sweatpants so that women can be like, look at his bulge? No, we're comfy in sweatpants, bro. We like sweatpants.
Yeah.
I love personally to wear sweatpants. The gray looks good sometimes, but I'm also very understanding now because people have pointed it out. Thank you very much. They're like, oh, your bulge. I'm not doing it for that attention.
Your bulge is
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for that. Sorry, guys. I'm not doing it for that attention. I want to be comfortable, but it's going to get that attention. So I'm mindful of that. And I know not to wear sweatpants in certain areas or for certain things because it's attracting that attention.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for that attention. I'm doing it for my comfort. But because I know it attracts that attention, I just don't do it anymore because that's not what I want to attract.
You care too much about the media, bro. Fuck the media. The media made that a thing.
No, Franzjez, I was at a train one
Wait,
time.
the media
I-
made what a thing?
The sweatpants.
Gray sweatbands
Oh
being
yeah,
a thing.
because that was
for
never a
men's
thing. I
spread.
never knew about that shit
Exactly.
until
The
social media.
media-
And
Here's
it's
my
like,
thing
wow.
though. The media,
It's like,
just-
what pervert bitch was looking?
That's what
bro, it happened to me.
is.
I've never. I
La
mean,
hookah pa cuando?
It's the
Please,
media, bro. It's the
coño.
media.
never coming back again.
Get your
Ignore the media.
get your
That's
thing.
all it is. Wear your sweatpants wherever you want and ignore the media.
No, for sure. But it's like you also do realize, like, media brings it awareness, but it's like, dude, after it's been brought to my attention a couple of times, I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm wilding right now. Like, this is the like it's just there.
Whatever.
It's there. He's like, what? Franzjez is gonna wear gray sweatpants. We're fucking ever, bro. I agree with that.
Was there ever, so just speaking about clothing, was there ever like a trend or like a
Fashion trend.
fashion trend that you regret being a part of?
you know,
Like for
man.
me, it was the
No.
colored skinny jeans, the
Yo,
yellow,
bro,
the red,
skinny-
the green,
super
the
skinny
purple.
jeans, period. I tried once and I was like, this is not for me.
That was just terrible.
'Cause
That
of
was
the
a terrible
bulge.
time.
It's just not
The
it.
bulge.
You know, I was also into rock.
Yeah.
I tried for a short period of time the ball chains and the ball necklaces.
Oh fuck. You were
I
there.
had a bracelet that was like that.
Yeah.
hmm
Very short because my neck is allergic to all those metals.
He said, I'm cool like that. Then he's like, why is it green? It's just, I'm not doing this anymore.
I'm weak.
I
And
have,
then I realized, because I've always just tried to be myself. And then I realized I'm just trying to fit it. I'm trying to be
Right.
like this image that I'm thinking about goes with this music. So then I just...
okay,
completely
how
stopped.
old were you when you realized
When
that?
that happened, it was junior high school. So I'd say, I don't know, like 12, 13.
Same.
12.
Ironically, you say that. I had a similar experience. I think I mentioned this before. I think the trend I didn't like was sagging pants.
Ah, yeah.
There was one day, and I've said it before, I went into the bathroom, dude. I finished using the bathroom and I came out and I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, bro, sagging is kind of stupid for me. Like, it feels uncomfortable. Dude, I lifted my pants that day and I never sagged again. It was just that second
I
when
never
I was like,
sagged again.
I was like, I don't like this, and I just never sagged again. No, not coming at whoever does it, but actually, yes, fuck that. Your ass is out, bro. Like, pick it up. We're old. Pick it up. When you're a kid, I get it. Even any trend, I understand if you want to try it because it feels like you. If it feels like you, if you do it to fit in, don't do it. Like you did that to fit in, so did I. I'm like, I'm sagging because everybody else is sagging. And I was like, never again. And it's such a, I don't want to say stupid, but it's such a silly thing.
Yo, good
Mhm.
question. How do you feel about a woman that dated a man that used to sag his pants?
I can get behind it because I get it.
What do you get?
Like, I'm like, okay, it was a trend. I understand.
No, her. Her accepting it. How does it make you feel about her?
I don't come for it because I know, like, I have dated girls when I used to sag, and even though I was much younger, but it's like at this big age, bro.
That's what I mean. How do you feel right now?
Like, are you gonna look at the woman differently because she like not settled, but like she like that type of guy? I guess
I don't look at the woman differently for anything, but I do think, okay, you're into that. What are you doing here? Because I know I'm not that. You know what I mean? So then it's like, if you like that and you like this,
that's what I mean.
What is the point?
Say straight up, how would you feel? You see her ex, and he's some guy that sagged his shit crazy.
It's happened to me
with a glittery Gucci belt.
glitterly Gucci. Get your glitterly Gucci belts. By the least favorite, they're not really Gucci. By the way, we're not being sponsored by Gucci. I have to say, because like you said, Gucci.
Real,
honestly,
up.
Dude, I'm definitely gonna think about it, but it's not detrimental to me, bro. I'm like,
the reason I can't see myself ever dating is because I'm out. Yo, little things like that to me.
Oh no, you are picky as shit.
I'm ridiculous.
He literally said, he's like, I'm looking for
everything. I want to see what the person's
No, you're sick.
mentality
You
is
need
like.
to be single. You need to be single.
And he's coming at me, people.
Because that's anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
Dating you would be stressful as fuck.
To be honest, bro, I think I'm the most.
So in high school, you dated a guy with Gucci sneakers.
Yeah, in high school, bro.
Damn, I couldn't.
Shorty.
That's crazy.
He wanted Caprice. What are you doing?
Oh my God, Caprice is crazy.
You were 17, now you're 31. Why did you date him? You know.
Okay, but what if she was dating like men in suits all the time, like really put together, well dressed, successful?
What are you doing with me?
It depends who she is. If she's dresses like a little slut.
No, if she's also like respectable, she dresses sexy but modest.
So then that's her standard.
Okay,
her standard
but you would
is
fuck
guys
with it.
that are that's dope. That's decent.
Okay.
That's looking up.
But again, I get it.
But if your last boo-boo that is your heart, sagging jeans with a Gucci belt showing.
Your heart, my
he's
heart.
coming at something mad particular,
my
bro.
Heart.
He is. Whoever you are, calling that man your heart, do better. Nah. I get that, but it's just more like that perception thing has been lingering with me for so long.
Bro.
And it's true. You have to be direct. I agree with you.
Yeah, because perception is cool. But then what's your perception of that? You know what I mean?
So at the end of the day, it comes down to what we figured out here, because we're just learning, just like you guys. Whatever we say is not deemed a fact unless Franzjez.
We are not experts at all.
Unless Franzjez speaks about mushrooms. But we're like, it's more just like you deal with, bro, getting where you fit in, as Jar said. Shout out to Jar Capitan. Members only. Look out for that. But it's more like getting where you fit in. I'm sorry. So it's like, if it's not for you, bro, it's not for you. Don't necessarily knock it. You have your ideals, and that's okay. That person has their ideals, and that's okay. You just stick to what you like, what you know, and what you're trying to get. For you, it's a little difficult because you said you wanted perfection, and you also said perfection doesn't exist. Awesome. So we're kind of fucked there. But maybe, we need to talk to Nat's therapist and just figure that out.
I think everybody should just do their best to be the best version of themselves, to find the best match for them. That's it.
Literally.
If you're not doing the work for yourself, you're not going to find somebody good.
Literally.
Because there's somewhere where that girl who's wearing the thing from the video is looking for a guy who's sagging. And I hope they find each other.
They should find each other.
Yes.
Please.
Good luck to you.
Is there, if we're talking about like, as we were talking about regrets, was there a hobby that you regret not picking up?
A hobby? Hell yeah. I always wanted to play guitar.
Oh my God, I was going to say that.
Piano, guitar, capoeira.
What the hell is that?
That's the Brazilian.
Is
that
an instrument? I don't know what that is.
It's like a fighting style, but it's also a dance.
Okay, interesting.
It's very cool, and it's like I see it as an exercise, because it's not really a fighting. There's no competition.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it as a love for the music and the culture, and it's an exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the three things
it's like
which we still got time to do.
There's
the
still
Samoan
time.
Hawaiian thing. You know what I mean?
It's Brazilian.
No, I know, but they have a similar kind of like war dance kind of thing.
Yeah,
and
I've
it's
seen
kinda
movies. I've
it's
seen
part
it.
of their culture.
Yeah.
The Rock and Jason Momoa and all do that stuff.
So how about you?
If there was something I regret that I wanted to,
like a hobby you regret not picking up.
Definitely one of them would be playing an instrument. I very much enjoy.
Which one, yo? You're
I'm
so
going.
vague with all your answers, bro.
That's crazy because that's you, man.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're vague sometimes too. Yes,
I'm going. I was going to say playing an instrument, then I was going to say, especially
Am I the only one who answers questions in this bitch?
I feel
extremely transparently, yes.
Just fucking answer it.
Piano. I think I would love to play the piano. And the violin, I feel like those are dope.
Oh, violin is nice.
Guitar. Imagine we're like, bro, blackout, we got no internet, and you can just play guitar. That'd be a dope thing to do.
Yeah,
and say. I definitely wish that I would have taking my studies more serious. My studies, like my
Right,
studies more seriously in high school, because getting right out of it too. Like, dude, my best academic year in high school was my senior year. Who the fuck is? I'm like, I'm leaving, and I'm like, let me give it my best shot.
Same.
So,
but senior year, the work was easier.
Yeah, but it was also like I tried so
pass.
hard that I was like, wow,
why?
Because I'm like, I don't want to fail. I want to graduate. I didn't get to walk, by the way, which is top 5 shames, like I was mentioning to you guys. But I got out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you made it.
But yeah, I definitely wanted to take my studies more seriously. I feel like a constant word that haunts me, teachers have told me, partners have told me, my mother has told me, coworkers, is always potential. That word,
I was just gonna say,
kills me, man, because I get that so much.
You have so much potential.
And everybody who tells me feels so passionate about this potential that they see in me, right? So I'm like, kind of like, I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of like, fuck, man. Like, I want to tap into all that shit. Like, they're always like, dude, you know, when it comes to certain things, like, oh, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, like you can be smarter when you apply yourself. So I'm like, I feel like I've regretted that thus far. It's the only regret, that I've never awakened that potential. I'm trying my best to actually get it out, let it out in any way that I can, as much as I can, and embrace that potential and utilize that potential in order to progress, because that is what I want to do in any aspect. I'm pushing for my writing now. You know, I got it in my head. I'm like, you're good with people, dude. People's your thing. Do that. Be for others what maybe you needed, if you can do that. Whatever you've learned, throw it on other people. And not in a way where it's like, I'm above you or I'm better than you. Like, I looked at the cameras and I said earlier, we're just learning. So it's like, think of it as like when you're kind of like helping raise your sibling. Like, you're learning as you go. Whatever you're learning, you're just dropping to the one behind you. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm above anyone, because you never are. I don't believe that you are. You are neither greater than anyone, nor is anyone greater than you. So whatever you know, just pass it on. And I try to do that. I wish that I did more in the past. I'm trying my best to do that. I don't want to move forward with regret. So I want to unlock that potential and utilize it to the best of my ability.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I rationalize my regret a little bit because,
she's like, but
because something I think we all have in common, the guitar thing, but something else was dance classes. Like, my mom put me when I was little, like in like hip hop classes, and I really enjoyed it. And I feel like, damn, I could have fucking been Honey. I could have been fucking J-Lo. Nah, J-Lo's better than Jessica Alba. Yes, but, I'm bugging.
No, you're good. You're right. It's just Honey.
Wait, did you guys you saw Honey?
Nah.
But you know what we're talking about.
No, I'm not into stuff like that.
The movie, I mean, I was a kid. I loved Jessica Alba when I was a kid.
I just found it interesting that Jessica Alba was the one that they chose for a movie like that. You know, not saying that she didn't have rhythm.
Don't come at my baby
but
like that.
No, she's beautiful. And everybody was obsessed with Jessica Alba after that. But it was just like, out of all
everybody.
people, Jessica Alba.
He's everybody.
You're everybody. But yeah, I feel like but then it's like, oh, but you could still do it now. Like, we could still do it now. But then I'm like, I don't want to go to no fucking dance class. Like, I'm over it. I'd rather just do this.
It's so weird because I try to take everything that I can from meeting people now more than ever. And it sticks with me. I believe it was the first or second day I met you, and you were like, yo, just do it.
Hell yeah.
Anything you want to do, just do it. And I understood that you were just saying it because it's easy to say it. But I know, no. But I know that you understood. Damn. I know that you understood that you're like, okay, it's easy to say it, but I'm telling you, do it. However you want to do it, however you can, make it work. I got that. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. After that day, I thought about it, and in weeks to come, I'm kind of like, yeah. And I'm that was coming this year, and I don't like making it like a resolution, but there's a kind of a beautiful thing to a fresh start, so it helps. So moving forward, you were somebody who initiated that for me. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna move forward. And I see you don't bullshit. You do your shit.
You gotta do it.
So I'm like, you gotta do it. So that's I'm moving forward without regret. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's one thing I heard that helps people, which helps me sometimes too. Count down from like 5 or 3, and on the count of 1, just go up and fucking do it. If it's like
don't even think about it.
I gotta go food shopping, but you're sitting there watching TV. It's like, damn, I gotta go right now. My bedtime is soon. Blah blah blah. Whatever the case. 3, 2, 1, and just
like
fucking
physically
on
making
the
yourself
count of
do
1,
it.
just do it.
They say that's how you should wake up in the morning. You should wake up the minute your alarm goes up, and you're like, all right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get out of bed. Yeah. I have not mastered that.
You know how I started doing that? I've done that before. I literally go, so my bed is low, right? I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bro, and I flip myself over and I land on push-up position, and I just throw myself doing push-ups.
Oh, nice. So
every morning?
No, there was a time when I was doing it and I restarted that. But yes, I was literally like, yo, and I hated it. I'm like, it's like literally like your body's heavier when you don't want to do something. So I'm like, yo, you're gonna force yourself, and I'm trying to inspire that discipline in myself. So I'm like, literally, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, me tiraba, landed on my fist, and I'm just like knocking them out. And then I continue to do them. I get up and shower. There was a time when I used to do that. Like I did it for about 2 months concretely, and then after it fell off a little bit, like 3 days, and But now I'm restarting that, and I literally did that this morning, and I hated getting up this morning, bro. The first thing I did when I woke up, and it's funny you mentioned that. I'm like, and I'm like, you know what? I'm grateful for the day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hurt my knuckle too. I'm making it sound really cool. It wasn't cool. But I caught myself and, I did my 25.
Good for you.
Twice.
Good for you.
Ladies. So I fuck with that. I'm trying to, because I literally, that was my thing for this year.
Do it for the ladies.
I do.
Hey,
I ended up in AP class in high school because there was a girl I like, literally. So it's like, how do you end up doing something productive? But anyway, story for another time. Yeah. Regret is my thing for this year. Not looking towards the past, looking towards the future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying I don't want to regret anything. And there's very few things that I do regret. But speaking of regret, have you ever regretted not giving a relationship a chance? You were with somebody you liked, you were interested in, indulging in, and you didn't give it a chance. Whether it be because you're like, oh, I saw a red flag, so I'm out. Or you're just like, not again. Franzjez, you first, please.
No, because every time I let one go away and I was purposely doing it, it's because I had nothing for them. They wanted more than I was willing to give.
Mm-hmm.
So I never felt that. I never felt someone that got away. I guess you're trying to say, right? The one that got away. Like that, yeah. No, I never. Yeah. Let them go because I got nothing. I can't give to their future what they want.
I respect that.
I regret. Yeah, I've been in that situation, but I regretted it not because I couldn't give them anything, but because I was being very toxic and I was self-sabotaging the relationship too. So yeah, that's what I regretted because it's like I wasn't even trying.
I get that.
Yeah,
and it was a good person.
Yeah, they were a good person too. Yeah. But so
what were you doing? You were doing too much?
Doing too much.
Like looking too much?
No, I wasn't. It was more so like what I said about in the last episode about like stonewalling, like not being communicative, being toxic as fuck. The arguments were not getting resolved. I was not committed to the resolution at all. And it was a lot of that and a lot of bickering and just like me not really giving a fuck about trying to like mend it and being really cold. And then it was just like, yeah, it's better off. What I feel like when you fuck up in that way, it's probably better off to just not even bother. Just leave them alone.
It's a similar mix of the two of you because I don't regret any relationship in my past. The ones that I was, I don't want to say the good guy because realistically everybody plays their part. But the ones where I didn't do the damage in the relationship, I don't regret because it wasn't for me. The damage was done and maybe it wasn't for me. There was one relationship where I was the one who messed that up, and I regret the way that it ended and how I mishandled that towards the end. I don't regret not giving the relationship another chance because it didn't deserve another chance. Not because the person wasn't good or anything, but because it wasn't serving us as it should serve us. I couldn't do for her what she needed. She wasn't doing for me what I needed. So I felt like it was time to move on. So thus far, I don't have a great regret in terms of relationships. The one that I do is that there was one with one person where I'm like, this could have been something great. I don't regret it because I did not damage it, but I wish that maybe it would have gone a little differently. But then again, the thing that I see about regret is if you do regret something in the past, that means something would have been different and you would have been different now. And I'm very comfortable with the way that I am now. Mm-hmm. Still growing, still learning, but I know myself the most now out of, the years of life that I have. And I'm proud of myself now because I acknowledge the bad in myself and around me. I'm moving forward in a productive manner to try and change those things or better myself in those aspects. And
the one that got away, huh?
He does this to me. He like
yeah, because you're saying a bunch of politically correct bullshit that everybody's bored of already. Let's get to the saucy shit, bro.
There is one for sure, Franzjez. Is that what you want to hear? Yes.
Let's talk about the one that got away.
She's dying to laugh.
Because this is what she wants.
She wants that toxic shit. Yes, there's definitely one that got away in terms of like, I felt like that could have been something great. I don't regret how I handled it. I don't regret how she handled it only because it is what it is, and
Yeah,
things
we
played
heard
out how
this
they should
shit.
have
I
played out.
know. It was so beautiful the way
I
it
think that's
ended.
the part of the.
It wasn't actually.
No. I think that's the
That's
part
what we wanna hear.
about rationalizing it though. Like that's the thing. I think we all go to that. Like, you know what? Fuck it. I learned from it. I'm a better person.
Yeah,
blah blah blah. And it's like, no, but I feel that too.
I
Yo,
love this guy,
Franzjez is a
man.
dick.
He's great.
Yo, let's get to the sauce.
No, but
bro.
like, how else are you gonna view it though? Like, that really is. I mean, unless you're gonna beat yourself up over it, like over and over and over, like constantly, like be mad at yourself and like, I don't got time to be
I don't have
stressed. It is what it fucking is.
Did you learn anything from it? What,
I
like, what
learned
came from it?
I learned a shit
Were
ton
you
of
not
stuff.
ready for her? Was she not ready for you? You guys wanted different things?
We wanted different things. She was not ready for me. And I feel like I was ready for her at the time. And then I realized maybe it was a different person I was ready for. The person I knew and I met, which is maybe the person she's not ready to be.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's something deeper in there where she was like, you know, hiding from that person or something like that. But then again, speculations. Algo had another Spanish term, which I will translate. Que el corazón de una llama solo lo conoce un cuchillo, meaning like pretty much the heart of a fruit, only a knife can tell. Because you know, there's a world inside a person that you don't know. So you can only speculate and it's only perception. So I left it in the air. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. At some point you get it and you're like, it's cool. Because if you want to go with the destiny point, you're like, oh, maybe that wasn't for me. Ironically, maybe it could have been for you, but it just wasn't. It wasn't the time, or maybe it wasn't someone in one or two parties wasn't ready for it.
Yeah,
and that's okay, man. And it helps you. Yes, it's maybe you call it rationalizing, but it's also like, don't be delusional, like you stated. Like it's like sometimes it just is what it is. I know that's such an annoying phrase, but
you gotta keep it moving.
You gotta keep it.
You gotta just. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Right.
Keep it moving.
Have you ever had any regrets in friendships?
Friendships.
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck."
I guess not, because friendships aren't really like
Important to you?
yeah, like when it ends, when it ends,
It's the
over.
fact that you
Look
said
at how-
yeah after that. 'Cause
look
I
at
was
how
joking.
Because
Look
when
at how
it
important
ends,
friendships are.
I was
Nat,
literally
whiskey
joking.
me.
You want whiskey?
Look at that.
Damn.
Friendship. You know what I mean?
but if one day you say
Low-key
Natalie
slavery.
whiskey
No.
me,
She doesn't whisk me?
you're not gonna be
whiskey me.
heartbroken. You're not gonna be heartbroken. That's,
No, I'm
that's
gonna
my
hit the mug
point.
on her head like you were supposed to be there for me.
Nah, you
No,
wouldn't.
okay. So I think for girls it's different because guys are like, I'm sorry, I'm sure you want more because you're
What's
borderline
everything? This guy's an
alcoholic.
alcoholic.
You
I
might as well
promise,
at
like we
this
do
point
like each
finish
other,
it.
the three of us. We just be talking
No,
about
because
shit.
you know what? Girls, we get really emotionally invested into our friendships. So when we have a friendship
So we
breakup,
don't?
guys, please.
That should be hurting, bro.
Bye. Anyway, it's like we get so hurt when we lose our girlfriend. But I think for my experience, my issue, I don't know why I'm like this. I feel like if you're
don't either.
broken or like you need help or you need support, like I'm going to be there for you. But sometimes you're there for someone and that person is not a good person. Like they are a shitty person. But me, and I feel like that's why I should have went into psychology because I'm always having that empathy.
Do you have hero syndrome?
Probably.
I think I do too.
Probably. And it's like, I'm always like, oh, but they're like that because of this. Like
You wanna
she
save
went through
them.
this and her mom and da-da-da. And it's just like, fuck that.
Stop caring about everybody.
Yeah, because it bites you in the ass. And then that's the regret. Like it bit me in the ass and it was like, oh shit, but this person has always been this way. And I was just making excuses for this person. And so now it's like, I think therapy helped me like realize shit fully and see shit very fucking clear. And I'm good. Like I've made peace with the fact that I will never talk to this person again.
There you go.
Like I'm
That's
good.
it.
Because you don't even want that shit around you.
For those of you who haven't heard an episode of Franzjez, he's king cut off.
Cut them all.
And there is no gray in his world of relationships, whether they be friendships, business, or pleasure. It's like black or white. You in or you out, you're done or you're not.
You dated that guy with the baggy pants.
You dated that guy with the baggy pants. I'm not fucking with you, man. That's his number one red flag.
Show me a picture of your ex before you even try to
Show me a
talk
picture of your ex in 1986.
That is so crazy.
I don't like him.
Can't.
What are you
That
doing
is
here?
so retarded. I can't.
I feel like that's not a nice word. I feel like
it's not.
It's not.
I definitely have regrets.
This whole episode's gonna be shadow banned.
With friends.
It's fine.
Yeah. This is the one that gets the least favored. We are the least favored,
We're always going to be the least favorite. It's
Fuck.
fine.
even when we're favored.
Even when we're favored.
Tagline. This is whiskey in the mug, by the way, in case you're wondering. I definitely have regretted. I spoke to you guys off air. Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah.
With over the friend that I did do wrong, and I feel like I regretted again mishandling that relationship.
Yeah.
Moving forward, I did my best to like not mishandle friendships. I feel like friendship breakups are harder than relationship breakups
They
at times.
do.
At times, because like, damn, bro, you out here every holiday in my crib, bro, and we talk until 6. Bro, Franzjez, a couple beers, we're talking shit. Maybe we're smoking a cigar.
I'll get over it so quick.
6 in the morning. This nigga has no heart.
No problem. No
I'm over here giving him a scenario, man.
No
We're
problem.
on a balcony talking about our lives and shit. And
Angel
next
who?
day,
You know angels. Angels, Jesuses, you know Christians.
they ain't shit.
That's my response.
Stop naming your children biblical names.
So I was thinking, I'm thinking about where did my cut-offness stem from? I got a funny story.
My cut-offness.
Yeah, I got a funny story about my father.
Oh, shit.
So we're a family of 5. Me, I'm the youngest, older brother, even older sister.
So 5 siblings.
No.
Oh, okay.
Total
Yeah,
family.
total family. Okay.
Mom, dad, me, my brother, my sister.
Okay. So 3 kids.
So I remember we were in a Nissan Sentra. It's like an 89 Nissan Sentra. We're going, this is a specific story, but it happened multiple times. We're on our way to Massachusetts to visit my mom's like friends or family or something like that. And my sister used to be making those tapes where you listen to the radio and you press record.
Oh, my sister would do that.
So she put her heart and time and passion into this.
I forget
mixtape.
you're
Oh,
older than me.
shit.
And cassette tape. Yeah, cassette
Cassette
player.
tapes. I know what those are.
My
They're in the museum.
father thought if he heard any type of static or any type of skipping, it's going to ruin the radio. That tape is dead. My sister gave my father the tape and was like, let's listen to this on the way to Massachusetts. He heard some skipping. He rolled that window down. Yeah, manual windows. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. What are
Jack,
those?
This guy on the highway would like perch up and slam it on the highway
No
ground.
fucking way.
Roll the-
What?
It's gonna ruin his radio. I think that's a stem of where my cutoff game frame came from.
You were like, fuck it.
If it's a little bit damaged, the hell is
Wow,
this?
something so small that your dad did affected you forever.
I'm assuming that might be a little bit of it.
Isn't that crazy?
Because there's behavior there. Like you
We are what
probably
we
saw it
know.
a bunch of times. Yeah.
We are what we know.
And this is why I'm petrified of having children. Because I'm like, I'm going to ruin them.
Well,
I'm going to ruin
here's
them.
how I see it, Nat.
Because I won't even think. I'm just going to be me living life. And my kid is absorbing all this shit.
No. It changes.
And then it's like, oh yeah, because my mother, you're gonna be like, fuck, I didn't even know that was affecting you.
No.
Now I know how my mom feels.
Yeah, but it changes. You can be a testament to this because I've seen you do it,
Talk about it.
right? When you have a kid, you say this now, but it's different. You are more aware of the things that you do. You can tell me
wow.
no, but I've seen you do it.
Do what?
So the time that I've met you, be aware
Oh, be
of what
aware
you're
that
doing
you have your
and
daughter.
being respectful to your daughter.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
As the older we get, we are like
So
that.
you're the only one here with kids. And maybe you might agree or not. The level of awareness of who you are and what you do changed once you were aware of your daughter being present.
The older she got, especially especially teenage years, 100%.
Mm.
But it
I'm a
elevated.
different person in front of her.
Oh yeah.
I don't even listen to music with curses or
Right.
like sexual, any dialogue or anything.
You know what I'm referring
I
to?
listen to the Donda album when she's in the car.
Oh, the
Oh, yeah.
Donda album. That's
No
a good album to
curses,
put.
straight gospel.
He said,
And I enjoy it because it's Kanye West.
Now there's a thing where it's like you can't be like, because I had this instance. You shared an experience. Like my mom was amazing, and my mom always did her best to like be her best self in front of us.
Mm.
The day that she wasn't her best self in front of us, I myself being the first boy was kind of like, oh damn, so you're not perfect like I thought, right? And that did affect me in a way until very shortly after I realized I'm like, no, this makes you more dope because you're not perfect and you're still this amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Which made me appreciate that. But what I'm trying to get at is like, if you get to the point where you're like, you try to show that self that's super aware and super perfect all the time, not perfect all the time, but you know, your best self all the time and don't necessarily show your kid that you might be a regular, human being, it might affect them at some point. And I'm not a parent, so I will never, ever try to presume anything. But I have been a son watching a parent do those kind of things.
That's the same situation.
And it did affect me first negatively in the sense where I was like, I was kind of mad because I was like, okay, oh shit, you fuck up. Right? But then I hit it quick where I was like, damn, you fuck up. And yet you're always there for us. You do all these things and you are this amazing. while being human, I thought you were super mom this whole time. It made me see her in a different light. So I went from seeing her as perfection to seeing her as flawed to seeing her as a flawed person doing an amazing job. So that worked well for me. To others, it might hit them, especially girls during teenage years. You know, you, and I can only speak from what I know, you're probably like her God, bro, her idol. You're her father.
I don't even know.
You know what I mean? To some degree, she might
I'm
see
sure
you.
she does see you that way.
She must see you like this is the man. You know, you understand what I mean? So I can only guess, and maybe you might not know it, but I see your efforts. If I see your efforts, and I know you, dude, couple months off a few episode podcasts, and I see the efforts you put off of silly things. I don't want to say stupidities, but things, you know, that could be passable.
I know.
I can only imagine what you do with the greater things.
Yeah.
So very quickly, shout out to you.
Word.
Shout out to all the dads who try.
Aww.
And obviously shout out to the mothers who do. But yeah, for sure, bro. I think that changes when you have children. And you're a good person, I can tell you that. So when you have a daughter, I'm sure you're still gonna be a little toxic.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
But I'm really big. Like, I always say, like, I just want to be able to even have that level of comfortability with my children. And I know a lot of parents say that, but I really don't know how it would be in real life. But I would aim to, like, even be transparent with my daughter when I'm not okay. Not like, because there are parents that kind of, like, dump on their children, and their children are little. They're not emotionally ready for that. Right. But I think just, you know, mommy's not having a good day. But you know what? It's okay because mommy's going to do this to make her day better. She's going to take a nice bath. Come, let's take a bath. Oh, mommy's going to cook. Come cook with mommy. Like, I feel like I would do that. And like to kind of like show my children, it's okay to have a bad day, but now you can do things to get out of that. Let's do something fun together.
I'm witnessing that shit as we speak because you know that friend that I tell you that she always watches. Mm-hmm. So that's one of my best friends. She's my best friend's wife. And she has a kid and she's like fucking, dude, she's super mom. She's amazing. I think that is, to what I see, an exemplary woman, an exemplary mother. Dude, she takes care of that kid different, bro. Like she does everything. To me, it seems like she does everything right. But I see her doing mom things and I'm like, you're awesome. But I know the friend version of her too. And it's work, man. I can see it. And she tells me sometimes it's draining. Sometimes it's like she's emotional. She doesn't know what the fuck to do. But it's like, oh, my kid doesn't fucking give a fuck. Like, right, honestly, like, I gotta be a mom. I gotta be a wife. I gotta do all these things. And it's like, you can do all those things and then like have your world falling apart and then pick it up, not only for yourself, for your kid, for your husband, for your household. I respect her 1,000%. That's why I'm bringing it up. So I see her do that. Mm-hmm. And it's like, she's very communicative, even with her son. You know, help us out, this and that. I see her get tough. It's wild when you see your parent, when you see your friends.
Oh my God,
parent, you're like, oh shit. Like, it's like, I smoke hookah and drink with you, bitch. We be laughing. And you're over here like, 1, 2, and that nigga running. And you're like, bro, just do what she says, bro. Like, I just do it.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why it's my utmost respect for parents specifically, especially men, I say it, because it's more difficult to see. You laugh, but you're one of them, man. It's more difficult to see that.
I'm thinking about like, yo, looking at my boy being a parent and shit. Like, yo, are you just in
it's hilarious, bro. No, when I see her, I get proud. When I see him,
we was in
I'm
the
like,
spot getting lit.
Yeah.
Like, what?
When I see her, I'm proud. When I see him, I'm like, nigga, you know you ain't mad. Like, don't do that. But it's still an awesome feeling. So things might change. Is my point.
Yeah, things might change.
Because
for sure.
I see it change. You're a parent now, financially. Mm-hmm. That shit is different.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys have any regrets of how you manage your finances ever in life? Are you scared of how you might manage your finances?
I'm okay with it now because I learned a little more about finance. Mm-hmm. But when I was young and dumb, it just went out the window.
Oh, yeah. Do you regret it at all?
Nah, because I was partying and enjoying my life.
Like I had a fucking blast.
Yeah.
I did the stupidest things in the world that I wouldn't do no more. And I'm glad I did them. Because at this age, I would have looked back like, damn, why was I a loser? Why didn't I go do I lived.
Yeah.
I pushed my shit to the limit.
See, I was the opposite. When I was younger, I was very financially responsible with my money.
I was too.
My mother was on it. Like she made me like sign up under her credit card so I could start building my credit. And I saved a lot of money living with my parents. I lived with my parents till like my late 20s, but they wanted me to. They were like, just save and move out when you're ready. So I saved so much money. And now that I'm alone living, like whatever, I'm like, oh shit is expensive. And I have a fucking high quality. Like I want to shop at Whole Foods. I want to do all this extra shit. So it's like I gotta work, which is why I have. But for me, it's like I don't worry too much about my finances because I'm the type that I'm gonna do it. Like if I want to live that life, then I gotta get another job. Like, I gotta be real with it. And that's why I have my other job. So it's like, fuck it. I'm just gonna work for what I want because I'm not skimping on shit. But I don't worry too much about like finances, I don't think.
I have absolutely fucked up financially in my life. For the same reasons.
Credit cards?
For the same reasons that Franzjez is saying, credit cards, ironically. You give a 20, 21-year-old a credit card, they're going to be dumb about it with no prior knowledge of finances.
So no one spoke to you about like, hey, if you use this?
No, I regret that. It was like a vague, quick conversation. So that is one of my regrets for sure. And it's just like, I regret it in the sense where it was like, I wish I was smarter about it. I'm glad that I got to enjoy my life and got to do young, dumb kid shit. But it's like, now I get where parents be like, they're telling you, do this, and do this, even though that they fucked up when they were younger.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you just want to do better for your kids. And I respect that and admire it. But it's also like, I feel like I will try my best to understand. I might not vocalize it, but kind of like, do your young, dumb shit, because everybody does the young, dumb shit. I didn't regret it then. Now it's not more like, I don't regret what I did necessarily. I'm like, I had a blast. But it's like, I just wish I was a little fucking, like I knew what I knew now then, but that's impossible. Because that's literally like,
if you knew then what you knew now,
you wouldn't be you. You wouldn't be what you are. Yeah.
You wouldn't have partied and enjoyed all those nights.
That too.
Yo, because I wish I could go back in time and
go harder.
Learn more. Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Go harder.
I should have went harder.
Like I had more financial education, even just investing a little bit into like some, random stock or something simple.
Yeah.
I wish I had some more education with
even
that.
Understanding.
It would have been different. I wouldn't have been through what I went through. So
which is what I say. I said earlier, since regret seems to be the topic of discussion in this podcast.
Talk about it.
In this episode, I'm sorry. I have minor regrets and very few, but then again, I am comfortable where I am right now in the sense where it's like, I like who I am and what I've experienced. Sure, I want more and I want to progress, but thus far, I feel like this is the guy who should guide me through all these things. By this guy, I mean me. So if I changed anything and it would be any different, I don't know if I would like that.
You wouldn't, because you wouldn't be this person saying,
right. And I like this person.
Exactly.
So
you would hate to change.
I feel like I'm good, but definitely wish that I had more knowledge or a different set of guidance, I guess. It's like a bittersweet thing. Like I'm okay, but maybe some things I would have done differently financially for sure. Because it's like, when you're, dude, that I'm gonna get paid next week. Attitude is crazy. And for me, it's just like, dude, you're eating, your rent's paid, you're surviving. Fuck it, go out. Yeah.
Because yesterday don't even matter. Yesterday doesn't exist anymore.
Like once my bills are paid, I'm like, fuck it. I can figure it out.
Absolutely.
Yesterday doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You're lit.
It's true.
Hard.
Go hard now.
That's why I don't regret shit.
Do you feel like you were the same person you were a year ago?
Hell no.
You shouldn't be.
I started believing more in the Jesus story.
Okay.
Crazy. I started diving in and seeing what it's really about. And he was definitely a person. I'm just still not convinced of the mystical things he did. Like he cured somebody's blindness. He brought somebody back from the dead. Mm-hmm. His mom was a virgin. He came back from the dead. Those few things I still will never believe probably. But he was a real person and he was dropping, if we were comparing him to somebody today, I don't even know who it would be. It would be somebody dropping the most jewels that the entire earth is like, holy shit, wait up.
Right.
Yeah.
He changed the world.
Nat?
Sorry, what was the question? Because that lost me right now. I'm
deep.
like, I grew up in Catholic school. We spoke about it with Ray. I grew up in Catholic school my whole life. I used to go to church every Sunday up until I was like 15 years old. And my mom is deep in religion. She reads the Bible every morning. Yeah, she does her prayers every morning.
I'm sorry to cut you off because it has to do with that. Mm-hmm. There's a show it's a fictional show, obviously, more fictional, but it's telling the story of Jesus Christ. I saw it the other day, and it's like it's very it's telling the story, but it's an adaptation of it. So it's like a regular show. You could enjoy it without being super religious. So it's literally like this guy named Jesus and all his adventures and shit like that.
Oh wow,
to where he gets to obviously when he gets to where he gets. Mm-hmm. But I was vaguely. I was loosely watching it, and it was kind of interesting. He was literally just a dude, bro, going around just trying to be the best self and spreading that. So I found that was an enjoyable way to view that. And that was dope. Like how you make a fiction show. It was given like kind of Game of Thronesy in the sense where it was like, you knew it was fiction because it's a show.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a documentary type of shit. Not documentary necessarily, but like a historical kind of thing.
It's more entertainment.
Right. It was more entertainment, but it was telling the story loosely, I believe. That's why I said it's an adaptation, I'm sorry. But I was thinking, I'm like, what would my mom say if she sees this or whatever the case is? And you said you said you went to Catholic school, actually.
Yeah,
right?
I went to Catholic school,
So
for the majority of my life.
So did I, yeah. Middle school.
No, that was it. So like hearing that's why I wanted to meet, like next week we're going to have the Reverend. And that's why, because now, I mean, I'm really going to get into it. It's going to be a long ass episode, but I have been struggling because I do believe in God. And I do know a lot of the Catholic teachings, obviously. I used to also read the Bible when I was younger, so I know a lot of the stories. So it's like, but as an adult, I feel like I'm so disconnected now and I have to really force myself, not force. I want to have that closeness with God. I have prayer books that I read, but I still don't feel that like connection that I used to feel. And I don't like that. I personally don't like that because I turn to God when I'm going through rough shit. I mean, obviously I turn to my therapist too, but I turn to God and I just feel like I need somebody to just like talk some things out with me now that I'm an adult and I'm able to like perception, right? Mm-hmm. I have been questioning so many things about myself, about life, about whatever, that I just feel like I need guidance. And God is like, you pray to God, but God will talk to you when he's ready and you will get the signs when you're supposed to get them. And I just need a little push sometimes.
Do you really think God is talking to you and giving you signs?
Yes, I believe that God talks to me through people. I ask myself questions. Sorry.
No.
Can I just finish my thought real quick? Okay.
It was more like that, though, yeah.
Okay. I believe that like God, if I'm asking questions a lot throughout the week, like God, give me clarity on this, blah, 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 I'll end up having a conversation with someone and they'll answer that question within the conversation. We could be talking about fucking balloons. And then all of a sudden it gets to a point where we're talking. And then we end up getting into a conversation where they are literally answering everything that I've been praying about. To me, that can only be God. That's not a coincidence.
Before I ask the question that I do, how religious are you, Franzjez?
I'm not religious at all. I grew up Catholic. My mom's still religious. I never believed. Mm-hmm. Recently, I've been looking and searching and trying to figure out what I can believe, what seems believable. Mm-hmm. The religions don't sound believable. Jesus sounds like a real person.
Right.
But his message, the whole message of doing everything with proper intent, that part of it I understand. It's not about Jesus. It's not about any religion. It's about doing everything good and true, doing it with proper intent and spreading that and being useful. That's what I see.
I fuck with it. I might say a different variation of what you believe because that's what I believe. So talk about it with Franzjez every Wednesday, 6 p.m. So I grew up Catholic as well. I went to Catholic school. My mother's very Catholic. I believe it's more of a tradition for me. I do believe in a higher power. I do believe in a dude like Jesus who was around doing that. But the thing for me is, man, I have faith. There are things, like Natalie says, there are certain things, dude, that happen and I'm just kind of like, no fucking way. This is like, you know what I mean?
Like what?
But
like what? Because nothing really surprises me that way.
It's just like when you get your ass saved on like some crazy shit, like in terms of like 9 times out of 10, people would probably like not get their way with this. And you got your way simply off of luck or like you wanting it and praying, might you say? I'm just like, something's there. I don't know if I don't follow religion heavily. I don't.
That sounds partial coincidence, what you
right.
explained.
I agree with that. And like Batman says.
But that's what religion is. You just either choose to believe or you don't.
Faith essentially, faith to me, what it is faith is choosing to believe in something when you have no evidence of it, right? So which is why I'm not too heavy on religion per se. I grew up as a Catholic. I follow Catholic traditions, but I do believe, like you said, if what we read and what we are taught is real, then I will try to abide by those morals. Now, the religion per se, not necessarily, because I have you like the Bible says certain things where you should, like, it's very hypocritical religion, right? So I think I'm like, there's a song, I don't know who sings it, I forgot, but it's called Non-Believer. And it pretty much says, do you take the non-believers because I'm a non-believer? Like the person speaking to God, essentially. Like, what if I've lived the way that you proclaim should be lived, like a life should be lived, but I didn't believe in you? You know what I mean? So
that sounds like a good song.
Can you be? Yeah, it's a rock song. It's like an old school rock song, but it's dope. So it's kind of like that concept. I hear that song all the time when I write, and I'm kind of like, damn, that's dope, because I believe I am a follower of the teachings that are told in the Bible, but I'm not necessarily too heavy on like, okay, God and this and that. I do it. Yo me presino like you did earlier. You know, you great, and I say, God bless you, this and God, and oh my God, and I pray too. I have, but it's like a story that was written and rewritten over and over throughout time. I'm gonna go off that. You know what I mean? It's difficult. So it's like the game of telephone. Like, Natalie tells me one thing, I'm gonna tell you something. It's probably gonna be mostly accurate. Something's gonna change.
That's the thing.
You go tell Ant. Ant goes and tells Jar. Jar goes and tells Jaja. It's gonna change up a bit. So that's why I'm not too like, do you take the non-believers? Because I'm a non-believer. In a sense, we're like in that book, in what man has created a religion. However, honor thy neighbor, honor thy father, all that, good. I'm there. Do no harm. I'm there. Right? Do your best to wake up every day, be grateful. Thank for what you have. Don't wish for what you don't. No malice, no envy. I try my best to live by those things. By his rules, I'm going up there, right? But is it even a he? What is all that? You know what I mean? I don't like to get to religion. This is the most religious I've ever gotten publicly ever.
Yeah, and I don't want to spend too much time on this.
All right, cool.
But,
no, if you had a final point.
But that's where I go. That's
because this episode's already dumb long, so I want us to wrap it up.
Right. So let's get toxic. No,
we're gonna wrap it.
Franzjez?
It's like doing everything right because you think the outcome is going to be heaven.
Right.
That's the wrong way of living. It's the intent of doing everything right because you give a fuck about doing everything right.
Just because you should.
Because you should, and you know it's right, and you love it, and that's the way you want to live. Doing it because you know there's a greater outcome. Are you really doing it with intent? Are you really going up to heaven?
Or is it a
Where
selfish?
do you really fall?
Is it a selfish trait?
It's selfish.
Do it with intent.
If you even can, because some is not built in everybody.
Do it because you should, and do not do it with regret.
Do it because you love it.
Of course. One question, not a thorough answer, because I feel like we were very deep, and the people like what they like. They come here for toxic shit. Work wives and work husbands. Are you cool with your girl having a work wife? Are you cool with your man having a work?
No.
Damn.
No.
0%, bro.
No.
I've been the work husband. I'm not cool with that.
When you're single, you do all the fuck shit you want to do. Do all of it. I am in support of doing whatever you want to do when you're single. You want to have that when you're single? That's great. In a relationship, it's over. It's done. You're done. You're finished.
But they still work
that's
together.
It.
They feel better.
That's fine. But if it was just platonic and friendly, right? Oh, work husband is just a friendly thing. It should be no issue to cut that off.
Toxic queen.
It should be no fucking issue.
Should be.
So final answer, male. You cool with a work wife? With a work husband? I'm sorry.
0%.
0%.
No.
My female, are you cool? Let me ask the fucking question.
No.
Are you cool with a work husband?
No.
I personally have been the work husband. No.
Right.
Once again, thank y'all for coming to the least favored.
Yes, thank you guys so much for watching.
We appreciate you
this
so
is
much.
Great.
Watch Franzjez every Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Watch us every Monday morning.
Watch us every Monday
Start
morning.
your Monday.
12 a.m.
Right.
12 a.m. Like if you can't go to sleep on Sunday,
First of all, hold
don't wait
up.
until
You
the
on
morning.
my motherfucking show. Shout us out.
Absolutely. I don't have to because you're watching me. You know where you gotta be.
Fuck?
Every Monday. It's like they're like, we know. We're watching every Monday.
Not everything is franchise.com. This talk about it with friends.
Because if you're watching us, you know what we're about. You know what I mean? The least favorite.
It's my shit.
Thank you very much. We're cutting off. Natalie's just going through a lot right now. Let's get the fuck out of here, guys.
So you can't support something that's positive, something that's uplifting people, empowering people,